Bodybuilders don't pay the bills. Bodybuilders set the atmosphere. Bodybuilders create the authenticity of the gym. You know what I mean? But they don't pay the bills. So my whole approach is like, I've got to be able to have other people be able to come here and feel comfortable, but yet keep the bodybuilders happy too, because I want them here because they create that authenticness of the gym. They bring in the knowledge. They bring in, wow, look at that person over there working out that looks amazing. And that, and if someone can come in the gym and feel comfortable and love the gym and that person's over there too, and you got it's kind of like I always said, if I wanted to learn, boxing for cardio, I could go to a little boxing place where it's just a bunch of suburban mom and dads. But what if I could go to a boxing place where they actually have pro boxers train there? So it's like, man, this place is the real deal. Because then when I go tell my friends about it, I'm going to say, man, look at this gym that I go learn boxing at. Like this guy trains there and this guy trains here, but yet I can go train there too. And I don't feel like I can't. They have it appropriate for me. So that's kind of like how Iron City is. Like there's pros here. There's people that you're like, whoa, but yet you don't have to be on that level to come here. So it's like a balance. It's a balance of keeping the pros happy and giving them everything they need, but yet be able to accommodate everybody else without making it
feel intimidating.
A cheesy commercial gym.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because, there's going to be some people who are like, well, you could make money doing bodybuilding. Okay, yes, there's that 1% chance if you have a $500,000 following where people are buying your training and stuff like that. But here we have a gym owner, $130,000+ in volume the gym is making, and he's telling you bodybuilding didn't bring in the money. Like you have to get everybody in because there's a lot more normal people or average people than there are bodybuilders,
But it's like a balancing act. Keep it authentic, keep it a badass gym, but yet bodybuilders don't pay the bills. So, I've lost a few of the bodybuilders, unfortunately, but I knew I might lose a couple of them because if you have a little hardcore bodybuilding gym, it's just going to stay a little small hardcore bodybuilding gym. And that's fine if that's what you want to keep it, but you're not going to be able to grow it much because they're just not going to. There's not enough. They're just not going to pay the bills. There's not enough of them. Plus, I give my IFBB pros free memberships here.
Wow.
So they definitely don't pay the bill. I don't make any money off bodybuilders. Bodybuilders to me are what set the atmosphere and make the gym badass. But that's what they're for.
Wow, that's awesome. So that was one of your tips to keep that type of by keeping it family friendly, but also keeping the bodybuilders. One of your things is like a trade out where you give them you're their sponsored gym. If they compete, maybe they have to but if they do compete, do they wear an Iron City gym shirt or something like that?
Yeah, if I sponsor them, I've sponsored people before. We have sponsored athletes, and I sometimes pay their entry fees, or just cut them a check for a show to help with their expenses. And I give them apparel and stuff, and they naturally will already do it. And then if I have somebody come in that's a pro or anybody that I deem to be celebrity status, I see how many followers they have. I give them free VIP membership, and I always just ask them, hey, I really appreciate if you guys tag us, on social media. And they already know the drill, and they're like, oh yeah, absolutely, we'll tag you. I'll say thanks, appreciate that. And I always go talk to them and I hand them shirts personally and stuff like that. And all my staff knows to kind of pay attention to who comes in and stuff like that. And we have influencers come in now, so we like that too. That's exposure. So
absolutely, that's free. Yeah, absolutely. Get as much as you can. People following. I would be putting signs on the mirrors with a hashtag Iron City Gym. So when people take their gym selfies, they see they're at your gym. All that stuff. And I like what you said also, because I usually tell when I first time gym owners and they tell me, oh, I'm doing a bodybuilding gym or a strength lifting gym, I'll ask them a question. Are you doing this for a hobby, or are you doing this to try to make the most money you can? Because they're both two totally different things where if you want it for a hobby, make a little bit of money, absolutely go for it all day long. And there's somebody out there oh, you could make money doing that. Yes, you can, but you have to work so much harder to make money with a specialty type of club than if you were to have a club that is for everybody. And I love the way that you balance that both, because that is probably the hardest thing where I probably couldn't even give advice on how you put that all in one and make it successful?
A cool formula that you got there, because like you said, you're still able to cater to the essence of the gym, which was that kind of bodybuilding feel, but you've grown the club like immensely. So it shows like people that anybody would still love working there, and they can, but the bodybuilders are still there too. So, I mean, that's something like that. A lot of gyms, they haven't found that formula, that like, it's like almost like a puzzle piece and piecing it together. But clearly it's worked for you because of how big, your gym has grown.
And I have relationships with them too. So I make sure that I have relationships with my key people, you know what I mean? And I take care of them too. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's important too.
What would you say is in the future for Iron City Gym to expand even more, to continue your growth? Is it more clubs? Is it different equipment? What's in the future?
So, man, I'm not done with this one yet. We're putting in a smoothie shop right now. We're expanding the apparel line. And when I finish this one, when we put a nice bow on it and cap it off, and I deem that this one is done, because this one has to be the main original Iron City. It's kind of a destination place now. I want to make it, where when you come to Houston, man, I want to check out Iron City Gym. So once that's done, then I don't know. I mean, really just trying to grow the brand, because we're hosting a bodybuilding show this year. So on September 17th, we're doing an Iron City Classic. That's a risk. That's a business risk that we're taking. It may or may not pay off financially, but if I lose money on it, I'm okay with it, because it's promoting the brand. It's brand awareness. So I'm okay with that. We're actually hosting a show that's coming up. We're putting out a lot of media for it right now. You should check out the video that we just made where it looks like a circus. Did you see it?
No, I haven't seen it. I'll have to check it after this.
Gotta check it out. So I have fun with the media, because I like to create like cool, like edgy, like entertaining stuff. I approach and even the bodybuilding show that I'm doing, I'm recalling from my personal experience about what it's like both to compete in a bodybuilding show and as a spectator. And I have a lot of opinions on it. So, I'm like, well, so now that I have a platform to do my own, I'm going to change some of those things. And even if it means I have to rewrite some of the rules where people are like, well, no, you can't do it that way, I'm going to be like, well, I'm going to. Good. Because I feel this way about it. And I also have a little bit of streak in me that, when someone says something, I'm like that, well, the hell you can, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? So, so I definitely I love opportunities to get outside the box. Like, oh no, this is the way it's done. Well, I'm going to change that. You know what I mean? Because now I get to do something, you know what I mean? And so, and that's a risk, right? People might be like, yep, he does not know what he's doing. That is not the way that's run. Or other people will be like, man, I think this is the way we should do it now. That's awesome. You know what I mean? So even the venue, we're doing the venue, everybody does bodybuilding shows and conventions and hotel lot things and stuff. We're doing it in a club, a nightclub where they have concerts, because I'm like, man, if I want to be on stage, it's like, this is your chance to get on stage. Like there's something in you that makes you want to compete. This is your rock star moment. So I'm going to put you on a stage with these big speakers and lights, and it's going to look freaking awesome to be on that stage. You know what I mean? So I'm going to create that moment for everybody and make it as dynamic as I can. And then also, I've always thought that bodybuilding shows were quite boring to attend. Honest with you, when your friend gets up there, you're all into it, but then the rest of the time you're just sitting here watching these guys turn to the right, turn to the left, and it's quite boring. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I got to change that. I got to make it more dynamic. I got to make it more entertaining.
That's 100%. But I will say this: bodybuilding is growing way more than the past couple of years. It is growing. But to get your name out there you have to be on social media. You have to be on everything, and what you guys are doing. What would you say is the hardest or easiest part? And what social media is your main platform that you would advise for gym owners to use?
Well, we're big on Instagram right now, but I'm pretty sure TikTok is where we need to migrate to a lot more. So because a lot of the young people in my gym, I'm like, hey, how'd you find out about us or whatever? If I talk to them and they say, oh, you're on TikTok. And I'm like, well, we don't even have a TikTok.
Wow.
And they're like, well, you're all over TikTok from just people coming here. So I'm I'm like, cool. So.
Wow. That's awesome. Yeah. And so you're thinking about maybe doing a TikTok where I usually tell a lot of gym owners that have no social media, I at least tell them at least have an Instagram or a Facebook. And you don't have to be crazy. It could just be, this is this machine, this is how it works, or, you know, and just giving a tour of the facility. You have to be active on that to let you know. So you're not even active on TikTok and they found you on TikTok. Yeah, that would tell me we have to make, I'm not a proponent of TikTok, but I would say, yes, we need to make a TikTok for sure.
So I would say this for people like, how did he do the medias? I would be like, you got to be real with yourself. If you know how to make good TikToks, then you can run it. If you're not cool enough to make good TikToks, because let's face it, look, I'm old now. I'm 46. So I have to look at things and go, look, I don't really know. I still think I'm a pretty cool guy, but I might not do what the younger kids do and this and that. So you got to be like, look, am I really cool enough to run the TikTok? I don't know. If I'm not, I'm going to find that person that is, right? Again, I surround myself with people that are better than me and smarter than me. I have the vision, but I might not. So I'm going to let them do it. And honestly, my members now make all my social media. I repost them, and so they're making awesome videos. I'm like, God. And so I'm looking for talent. So I know that the guy that I'm working with now that does my videos, he's just a guy that was doing it, making cool videos. Because I mean, these younger generations, they're great at it, right? They're really good. So I saw his videos that he was making my gym just for his personal videos, and I walked up to him. I was like, bro, I was like, your videos are sick, man. That is fire. He's like, really? Do you think so? I'm like, dude, yes. I'm like, your videos are freaking awesome. I love the music on it. I like the vibe. And it's like, and then of course I'm speaking that into him, and he's like, you know, and because I'm the owner, he's like, okay, cool. So I'm like empowering him, you know, and I'm like, dude, will you make videos for Iron City? He's like, heck yeah, dude, I would do it. And so like now I pay him to do videos. And so it's kind of like I'm always on the search for the talent and who's cool. Cause I mean, I might be cool in a certain kind of way, but all these guys is what makes me cool. You know what I mean? I'm looking for them. You know what I mean? So I would say, yeah, if you want to do that, so you got to like really be like, hey, is this what I'm good at? You know what I mean? Because I know what I want, but I'm creative with videos, but I can't create them myself. So I go find the video guys that are really good and the ones that I like their style. And then I bring them in and then I talk to them and just really plant that seed in their brain. I have a really conversation about, let's do this. And I want it to look like this. And what about that? Like you're directing a movie and then they make it happen. Then they can do it. You know what I mean? So sometimes I'm very hands-on about directing something. And then other times I just tell them, hey man, just go do your thing. You know what I mean? Just go do your thing. Give me some footage of this, or get me a footage of kind of showing the facility and give it this kind of vibe or whatever.
But can you re-upload someone else's TikTok to share it?
Yeah, see, like like if you were asking Anthony, and I'd be like, bro, you don't know TikTok. So obviously, if you were asking me how to make a TikTok, I would just be like, I think you should have somebody else make it for you. You know what I mean? No,
what I'm saying is like, I'm just trying to put go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say that would be the great answer, because if people are asking how to do a TikTok, then I would be like, you should have somebody make it for you. You know what I mean? Have that girl that works at the front desk who's been making TikToks since she was 14, have her make the TikToks for you. You know what I mean?
That's what I was just going to say was, for those owners that don't want to make TikToks, I just, there's two options. Let the front desk be in charge of it, which if you have front desk girls, they'd be more than happy that they're not just sitting behind a desk, or they're not on their own TikTok page, right? Now they're on the gym's TikTok page. So that's one option. Another option that I was just thinking about was, you know, like you have a bunch of apparel there. I would have a contest like, hey, if we reuse your TikTok video, we give you a free Iron City shirt or something like that. So this way you have a whole bunch of people in the gym making TikToks that even if you don't use them, they're out there now, uploaded TikTok videos of Iron City Gym, but the content's made for you because you pick out the best one, you give them a free t-shirt.
I mean, I think that's a great idea, but you also have to remember that everybody wants to be promoted anyways. So it's like, you give them the t-shirt, give them the stuff, make it even more incentive, but everybody wants to be promoted. So it's like, it's naturally a symbiotic relationship with someone who's making videos because if I use your video on my platform and I post you,
it's like a shout out.
We're promoting each other. everybody, you know what I mean? Like, I'm very appreciative of everybody who makes videos with my logo, but they also know that I'm going to repost you and post you. So we're all promoting each other. It's as organic as it gets, and it's like, it's authentic and it's real. Yeah.
I love that.
Okay. Awesome. I wanted to go over training because even though that the amount of money that the gym's already making, there's still room to even go higher, because tell us a little about your training and maybe what you plan on doing it to make even more money with training.
Yeah, so right now we still have the platform where all the trainers are independent. And I think that worked well when the gym was small. But now as it's gotten bigger, not only is there the legal stuff that we were talking about earlier and all the liability and having these trainers in here that are completely independent, doing whatever they want. But yet if something happens, I'm on the hook for it, kind of, because people perceive that they work for me, even though they don't. And, you know, then we just have a lot of people now that are coming through the doors and then just ask the question, hey, you know, do you guys have trainers here? And when they're independent, I have to just say, yeah, you know, we have a bunch of them. You just have to contact them and find out what their availability and rates are. And that's so loosey-goosey that I'm just like, man, we're probably losing so many clients by just saying, yeah, there's a table over there with their cards on it. Just go, you know, pick one and contact them, and hopefully they'll call you back. And if not, I don't know, I guess you'll go to the next gym. It's like standing right there in my face is such like an opportunity that we're losing because we can't facilitate the sale right then and actually meet their need right there. You know, so that's where we're at right now. We're definitely, that's like high on my agenda list, where we can actually sell personal training out of here. But I don't believe it can be accomplished by having independent trainers, because legally I can't. That's for one, I can't really. If I was to advertise my independent trainers on the website, that's sort of giving people the perception that they work for me. And then if something goes south, I'm setting myself up to lose my butt on that. You know what I mean? So I think the only solution is now that if I want to actually meet people's needs in a better way, actually facilitate that, they almost need to have trainers that work for me. So what I'm trying to do right now is I want to be able to have my independent trainers, and then I want to have the trainers that work for us. And my independent trainers, I'm going to put them in a category where they're more specialized. They're really going to be my coaches, my bodybuilder coaches and stuff like that. General training, people that want to just come in and you know, learn how to work out and stuff like that. I think we're going to take care of that in-house. So that's where we're at right now.
Okay, awesome. And that's crazy that you brought that up, because if you're seeing that where someone's coming in and asking for training, that is mind-boggling, because normally if you sell training at point of sale, if you hit 20% to 30% sales training per new member unit, so 3 out of every 10 people that walk the door, that's like the standard to shoot for. And if you're hitting it, you are a god of salespeople, or you know your business. The fact that you're just not even trying to sell training and people are coming in like, hey, I want to buy training, and you're having to see that money just go bye-bye in hopes that somebody else, you know, that's disheartening. It's nobody ever wants to see money that I could have had right there, like, go away. And the other thing that you said was having your own in-house trainers. It's your rules. They're going to represent the gym exactly how you want.
That's right.
Independent trainers aren't a bad thing, but I think you kind of have to be really out there and showing that they're independent. Like, I wouldn't advertise them on my website. I would just put independent, you know, trainers available or something, just so there's no association. So you're not on that hook. But you're kind of have a mixture as well.